This is the way that I see it. I see that FMK, JKD, and Tai Chi are all the same. They're all trying to represent the same thing. They're all trying to represent that balance and harmony. Okay, now Freddy's Modern Kung Fu, that's my personal expression. That's the name of my school. But my own personal expression in the martial arts and Freddy's Modern Kung Fu happens to be the business name that I chose. But I have my own personal expression in the martial arts that's aimed towards harmony, the balance of the yin-yang. And Jeet Kune, which is Bruce Lee's expression, was aimed at the same thing, towards a balance of the yin-yang. And Tai Chi is also supposed to be a balance. Alright, you notice that in my expression, in Bruce Lee's expression, and in Tai Chi, they all utilize the symbol of the yin-yang to represent that balance within the art. The balance right here, that yin-yang, that's supposed to be representing the real and true martial arts, which the balance. Now Bruce Lee had his expression of that balance. I have my expression of that balance. Bruce Lee's expression, his business names when he was teaching, called the Jeet Kune, the name of his school, right? But it's his personal expression of that balance. Now I have my personal expression of the balance. Tai Chi is essentially representing that balance. The meaning of Tai Chi is just like the supreme fist, the ultimate fist. Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune just means the way of the intercepting fist, right? And I chose not to use any label to distort and confuse people from the reality. At first I was promoting using Zen martial arts, but now I just kind of just say martial arts to just keep people focused on the totality. The name of my business is just FreddiesModernKungFu. That's the name of the school. But we're all trying to represent that balance. And Tai Chi has a reputation right now of where it's more of a it's more associated with the softer representation. People, when they think about Tai Chi, they associate it with old people. They associate it with people moving very slowly. They don't really associate Tai Chi with violence. Tai Chi is more associated with meditativeness. But the real expression of Tai Chi is a balance, not an extreme, but the representation that people associate with that label is more yin. Now with Bruce Lee's expression, they have associated more of it to be yang, because all people care about when they think about Bruce Lee are like his fight scenes, his very cut and lean body. They think about, constantly talk about how fast he was, constantly talk about him with the nunchucks, and now they're associating him to be the father of this case, the MMA, which is not the case. They've used Bruce Lee's expression and labeled it to be yang, but really his expression is a balance of the yin-yang, but the people have labeled it and took, picked apart what they liked, just the fighting, and eliminated his philosophy, and they labeled it to be just yang, and they want to just use it for the yang. But essentially the true expression of Bruce Lee is a balance of the yin-yang, which represents the true martial arts. And then the Tai Chi it's supposed to be the balance of the yin yang, but the public had basically took the teachings and turned it mostly yin. And then as for my expression, I'm still here living to make the corrections of the misunderstanding of what people may try to label what I do to be. Because I'm still living, I could make the corrections. And really, Tai Chi was not in existence when that label was developed. Internet was not in existence. Hollywood wasn't in existence. So it was just been passed on by word of mouth. It's been passed on by, tradition, family tradition, and passing from generation to generation through human direct communication. But when Bruce Lee came about, there's technology, modern technology, that perfectly replicated his expression through media, through movies, through his writings, to set in stone his expression to be interpreted by people generations after his death. So people have like a little bit more clear vision of what his expression was compared to the creators or creator of the Tai Chi expression, which is more not as specific, not as direct. It's more of your imagination, because there's nothing that has been recorded. And then now my expression is the most modern, because I'm still living right now utilizing modern technologies such as these digital camcorders and the internet and the YouTube to share my expression through media that is recording exactly my movements and my verbal expression directly. And things could be better clarified for misunderstandings. But I see that the society has corrupted, severely corrupted, the expression of Tai Chi to just be all yin, all meditative, all slow, only for old people. They have eliminated the yang from the Tai Chi, essentially. And then with Bruce Lee's expression, they have eliminated the yin. They have eliminated the meditativeness, the softness, the gracefulness, the peacefulness. And they've just stuck to the yang, just the hard training, the bodybuilding, the speed, the nunchucks, the fighting. They've just took the yang from Bruce and they're just using that to try to say that that's what that was his art, when it's not. His art was a balance. Tai Chi is supposed to be a balance. And my art is a balance. And because I'm still living, I could communicate the misunderstandings that people have. But true martial arts is that balance. It's not all yang, and it's not all yin. Combat sport is all yang. There's no yin present. It's all destruction. It's all competitiveness. It's all ego. It's all pride. There's no yin. So there's no combat sport that is real martial arts. Because real martial arts incorporates a balance of the yin-yang. And there's no yin in the combat sport. When it comes to all yin, which is like the Tai Chi, what people mostly associate with, there's not enough yang for there to represent a balance in the martial arts. And certain arts like Aikido, which means the way of peace, in a way is kind of like in the same boat as Tai Chi. It's more yin based, and that's what it's been associated with, like a very yin expression, a very meditative expression, you know. And every single art has been corrupted through the time, but I think that in modern times that could very well be changed because ideas can be better organized and presented so that people gain a greater understanding. So a creative in art, if he lives long enough, he could answer many questions, and he could spend a lot of time teaching for many years to help people gain a greater understanding. And because we have this modern technology to log his teachings, his direct teachings, we could study his teachings ourselves to gain a greater understanding. And that ensures more purity and less corruption, because the teacher has more time to help people gain a greater understanding. But basically, Tai Chi, Jeet Kune, and what I'm doing, FreddiesModernKungFu, is representing the same thing. It's all the same thing. And also, another similarity is that we all have a Chinese background. Now, Aikido is a Japanese word, but the intention of where he wanted that art to lead is in accordance to what I've just mentioned. So I could say that Tai Chi, Jeet Kune, what I'm doing, FreddiesModernKungFu, Aikido, and even Taekwondo, the real Taekwondo, which incorporates the balance of the yin-yang, is supposed to represent the real martial arts. It's supposed to be all the same thing. It's just a different person expressing that way. Different, you could say different masters expressing the way of harmony and peace and balance in the martial arts. So it's all the same. You know, it's all the same, but you just have a different person expressing that way.